closing cycles. Closing cycles. From a spiritual perspective point of view, as human beings, we are meant to go through life phases and seasons, and during these life phases and seasons, we are meant to encounter certain individuals, certain events, certain things that takes place in our lives that are meant to be a platform for our personal growth. We are to learn something. Here's the thing that most people don't know is that, whatever the universe grants you, gives you in a certain time and period, it gives you with intentions. There is nothing that God gives to you for nothing. Everything that you receive from God has a purpose, okay, within the whole spectrum, has a purpose to serve. Okay, you have a purpose to serve in that relationship. You have a purpose to serve in that work area. You have a purpose to serve in your family. You have a purpose to serve in your friendship. We have a purpose to serve in your family, in your kids, in your neighborhood. You have a purpose to serve in your community. This is the spiritual point of view. There is nothing that takes place under the sun for nothing. And many people do not have this understanding because many people are not in tune with their higher self. They're not in tune with the spiritual world. They are more operating from a surface level. They are more operating from a physical point of view. Okay. So what happens on the spiritual realm? You meet certain people. You are born in a certain environment for a purpose. You are raised in a certain background for a purpose. There is nothing, like literally nothing, that you so go through for nothing. So it doesn't matter how was your background. It doesn't matter what you have encountered in your background. It doesn't matter what you are currently going through right now. It doesn't matter what it is. It has a purpose. Okay, it has a reason why it's there. And those who are inclined to their higher self, they are being taught to train to look things from a spiritual point of view. Hence, the discerning spirit is very much required here to live in this world. Be here but not be confirmed. Okay, because here's the thing with the spirit of discernment, it helps you to see things as God intend them. Okay, you might not have the whole thing, but as long as you are committed, you are connected, and you are open to receive things from the spiritual realm, you definitely receive information from how you also see things in a different way. You also see things, you have the ability to see things from a spiritual point of view. So we're talking about closing cycles. We are talking about ending relationships. For a person who is not connected with their spirit, they have problems to lose. Okay, they have issues to separate from other people, to leave their work for the death of things. Many people have issues for the death of any kind of things. Okay, it freaks them off. It puts them in a position of anxiety attacks. They haven't reached the capacity where they are able to deal with the ending of things. Okay, that is what happens when a person is grounded in a only or coming from a place of being a person, which is conditions, concepts, standards, how things are supposed to be done. All this way, we're just more about rigidness and living life from the worldly way of doing things. Okay, whereas from a spiritual point of view, you are aware that death and life is part and parcel of being here. You are aware that certain things has to go when they have served their purpose. You are aware that you, with this sense of I am, at some point will have to come to will have to come to an end. You know that one day you're going to die, and you know that the death is not an issue, is not a problem. It's in a harmonious relationship with life itself. So you have some kind of ingrained information from the spiritual point of view, how things play a role within the whole spectrum. So you have no issues of ending things. Do you understand? Because of the spiritual connection that you have. And when these things take place, this is how God speaks. This is how the Spirit will actually, he tends to have that spontaneous moment, things that are not of the norm, and he speaks in his unique different way, and he tells you things that are just not making sense into the physical world. So he might say into the vision, he gives you a great sense of conviction that you should leave your family, or you should leave a certain work, or you should leave certain friendship or relationship. You should leave this. This is how God speaks. Here's the thing. You don't have any reason why you should leave. You don't know why. You don't have the why. But because you're obedient to the higher self, the spirit realm, the universe, you know when that voice speaks, that voice speaks truth. Even though that truth cannot making any sense in the physical world, because here you are, you're with this person and you're thinking you're okay, everything's okay. Why now? Why should you go? Do you understand? It kind of creates some kind of inner conflict when you are not sure of your relationship with your higher self. It kind of it could create a lot of diseaseness within you. But when you are aligned with your higher self and that voice speak, I'm telling you, you won't be moved. You will know it's time to go. You will know it's time to move to the next chapter. There is something that God is calling. You already know that, you on this journey, each and every encounter is serving a part. And once it's done, God will give you a sign. Even before you have a relationship, God will show you that person, or will show you this kind of work, will give you a sense of feeling that, this is what you should desire. This is the kind of thing that you're supposed to have. And when that feeling comes, it's not you creating it. It's God showing you what is about to unfold. It's God showing you what you are meant to be doing at a certain time and period. Do you understand? Sometimes we think, oh, I created this is my own idea. No, beautiful soul, it is not your idea. It is God way of showing you where you're going to be in the next phase, okay? Because you are not here just to succumb, to belong, to be part of something. That's not your journey. Your journey is to listen, to align with your higher self and receive the information that you need, so that you can act accordingly at the right time. Do you understand? So many people lack this information and they confuse it with craziness. They confuse it with not normality, because they don't have the discerning spirit to see things from a spiritual world, and they tend to look down on this way. And fair enough, because if yourself we were in the same shoes, you would do the same thing. Do you understand? If yourself you would do the same thing, you look like, what is going on? But now that you know who you are, now that you know why are you here, now that you know the part you play within the whole spectrum, you cannot play games. Do you understand? You cannot play games. You hear the voice. It is the voice that came to you since you were a child. That voice spoke to you and has been guiding you and giving you guidance on how to approach each life circumstances, and guiding you into your own light until you have grown stronger and have this courage to stand on your own truth that you know and you receive from within this inner voice that you have, that is connected with the universe as a whole. Do you understand? So ending cycles, life cycles and stuff, it's normal, it's natural. It's just the community is not used to it. The community is acting from a place of fear-based mentality. There's a lot of fear of change. People are afraid to change. There's a lot of fear. They are so afraid. And I understand. And there's a spiritual way we understand why. I mean, if you don't know that you are an unlimited being, you are limitless being, you are powerful beyond measure, that you create your own world, that you are the captain of your own ship, you are in charge. When you don't know that, you are made to believe that you have to wait for something, you have to create something, you are being told, everything is being imposed to you. How are you going to have that sense of being powerful, and feeling like, you are in charge of life? How are you going to have it when your power you've given to certain things which are meant to be stepping stones to your own greatness? Do you understand? How are you going to do that? So we understand why people get frustrated, because people are not used to change. They were never initiated to changes of life. Some of them are a bit open, but when the changes comes, things really, takes a different turn. You can actually see who is a child of God. You can actually see who is being truly living, not just speaking or acting, but living it from within. Because that thing is a very intimate thing, man. It's very intimate to be connected to life as a whole, to be guided from within, not somebody's voice or idea of what is supposed to be, but you tuning in and zoning out all the voices of the world and connecting to your higher self, your light, your morning star, your North Star, to guide you to your own path that you came here to fulfill. That relationship is different. Do you understand? And when you have this relationship with the universe, with life, with the ancestors, I'm telling you, life is just going to be different. You're going to be unique. You're going to just vibe differently, because you are no longer vibing on the same vibration that the physical world is vibrating. You are not. You are not gonna be like everybody, and accept that. Acknowledge that people are going to look at you different. Acknowledge that people are going to criticize you. Acknowledge that people are going to judge you. Acknowledge that people are going to put you in a pit. Acknowledge everything. It's okay. It is part and parcel of the journey. Look at Jesus Christ. Look at Mandela. Look at Gandhi. Look at Mother Teresa. There is nothing that's going to be perfect. There's a good part and a bad, but that is just not your focus. Your focus is to be here and make sure that you are listening to the word that comes through you, because that's what is going to help you. That's what is going to guide you to your own greatness, to serve the purpose that you have came into this world to fulfill. And that's the same power that is going to help you know when it's time to let go, when it's time to receive, when it's time to give, when it's time to be still. This is the voice is going to guide you, not someone. We all have these voices that are connected to the source. You don't need me. But I'm here only reflecting. Do you understand? We don't need each other. There isn't such a thing. We are meant to connect, to serve the highest good of them all, not creating our own world out of God's kingdom and saying, oh no, we're supposed to stay together for life, out of fear mentality. Do you understand? When someone comes or things come to an end from a spiritual, you are more than welcome to welcome that change. Say, oh, that's what is happening. Welcome the change with open heart, with open soul, with open mind. Receive it. That's what life is giving to you. Stop resisting and fighting life, fighting yourself. When God has said, okay, I'm taking this person away from you, they are done. What do? You bow down. You say thank you. You look on the experiences. You don't go and fight people. You say thank you. Do you understand? You say thank you, bow down, you receive, because you see things from the spiritual point of view. It's different. Living a spiritual life from a normal life of everyday human ordinary life, or whatever you can call it. It's different. Do you understand? So if you are having a breakout, or from people, and you hear God saying you should move, please, that voice is very important. Don't ask reason why. God knows what is good. He knows what you need because you have the purpose. He knows what is on a schedule now for your life. Okay, stop being attached with things and people and events and places. Know that you are here. Do you understand? Yeah, man. Anyway, love and light, we'll leave it here. Thank you for your time. We truly appreciate you.